Hi everyone, it's A Ticket to Christ. Thank you for tuning back into, we're still on the series Rest series, Rest for the Weary series. And we're in Matthew chapter 9, looking at verses 35 through 36. And Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. So let's pause there and break that apart a bit. It talks about, Jesus was where was he? And what was he doing? In verse 35, it says he went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, healing every sickness and every disease among the people. That was an incredible ministry. The Apostle John, I think, said that you couldn't record all that Jesus did in books. Right? But imagine going from city to city, village to village, teaching and preaching. Jesus did not want to miss not even one person, I believe. It says healing every sickness, not some sickness, every sickness and every disease among the people. You came up to Jesus with faith, you're healed, And so, for those of you who are wondering, well, maybe if it's your will that I be healed? Yes, it's God's will that you be healed, person listening to this. Yes, it is his will. It is never God's will for you to be riddled with disease and die of an awful illness. That does not bring God any glory and honor. He doesn't want you to go that way. It is his will. If it was not his will, Jesus would not come doing it. And he would not do it to everyone, So it's his will. So rest that. If you ever wondered, wait, maybe healing is it for me, Jesus? Yes, it's for you. He wants you well. And he came to reverse that curse of sin, sickness, and disease, right? And then it says that he saw the multitudes, and how did he react when he saw the multitudes? It said he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. So when he saw them, he didn't feel this overwhelmed. He didn't feel like, he wasn't wringing his hands going, oh, I'm so overwhelmed by the task ahead. Oh, all these people, what am I going to do? Nothing like that. This was God showing up in flesh, manifesting through Jesus. And when he saw the multitude, it says he was filled with compassion. And similarly, when you bring the multitudes of your problems and troubles to Jesus, God is not wringing his hands in heaven, wondering what to do. He's filled with compassion. He empathizes with us. He sees your need. He sees your longing. He sees the strongholds in the areas of your life that you want to overcome, and he has compassion on you. Now, he had a compassion on these people because some of them were fainting. They were scattered abroad. They were like sheep without shepherd. It was like a time where there were a lot of religious people, but not people who really cared for the people. They really cared for religion and for, whatever other kind of a agenda that they were on. And so you had people who were just, scattering. You think about, you look in the religious world today and you see that, people who go to church and just not feeling like pulled into the church, not feeling loved, not seeing the love and the grace of God, the compassion, and sometimes not knowing how to go to give it yourself, right? And so scattered, no shepherd, this group here, this group there, Some people just staying home and just worshiping online because that's all they can find, you know? And so Jesus looks with eyes of compassion on us, and, you know, was able, and still is able to meet their needs and to help them. You know, a lot of times throughout the scriptures, you see Jesus taking, for example, the basket of loaves and fishes and feeding 5,000 and 4,000, more, actually much more than that, because it was just counting the men, it said, not counting the women and children. So just thousands and thousands and thousands of people just gave and gave and gave. Jesus poured himself out, loved, stopped for the least of these. That one woman with bleeding, the woman that was bleeding for 12 years, just touched his garment. Just one touch of faith made him stop and look for her. You know, Jesus walking on water, going to his disciples. He saw them wrestling overnight because there was a storm. Going out for them. That's the type of God that we serve. A Father that cares. A God who provides for all of us, and he wants to comfort us through in our times of weariness, when we feel defeated, when we feel tired, when we feel confused, or you feel like in a knot, or kind of, strangled by the troubles of this life. Bring it to the Lord. That's one of the reasons why this channel is called A Ticket to Christ. It was through years ago, praying about someone I'd been studying the Bible with, and the Lord told me, bring her to me. And that's how this site got born, as A Ticket to Christ, just offering people just an invitation, one ticket to know the Lord. And Jesus wants you to come directly to him. He wants us to bring others to him, because the answers are found only in him. Only through the Prince of Peace can you find peace. And only through the power of God, the wisdom of God, can you find the answers to the complexities of your life, to the damaged places in your heart, to the places where you might feel misunderstood or world weary, or you might be at the end of your rope, or feeling a sense of grief, So bring it to Jesus. He had compassion on the multitudes then, and he has compassion on you now. So that's it from me, beloved. I hope you're having a great day. God bless you. Take care.